Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Out Come the Wolves, a love triangle that takes place amongst hunters. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. The links are in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 15, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, what you got here are three friends. Two of them are a couple. And the third dude was childhood friends with the girl. But I guess he always secretly loved her. And he's like a super hunter. Well, she wants him to meet her friend, her boyfriend. And so they bond, and she's like very excited. Oh, it's like a bromance. And he teaches the boyfriend how to hunt. So they're going out in the woods. They're doing some hunting. They're doing bow hunting. They got guns. Well, eventually the wolves attack them. And they end up injuring the boyfriend. Let's see. Who the hell wrote this thing? Oh, boy. Hard to read these. The red doesn't help. Produced with the assistance of the Canadian Film or Video Production Tax Credit. Okay, so this was probably shot in Canada. And is probably, and the government of Alberta. So this is probably a Canadian production. Screenplay by Anuka Okuma. Directed by Adam McDonald. Story by Joris Jarski and Adam McDonald and Anuka Okuma. Okay. There's a lot of tax credits in Canada. They'll bend over backwards to get your production to go there. I know that firsthand. As long as you hire Canadian personnel. And I'm sure those rules are now very, very woke, would be my guess. But that being said, this dude is the third wheel. And he's secretly in love with the girl. And he takes the boyfriend out hunting, and he's horribly injured by wolves. And he abandons them, or he might shoot him. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think it's more of an accident. And he abandons him to the wolves, hoping he'll die. And then he gets back to the girlfriend, and he tells her, and she's like, oh, we got to go help him. Well, he somehow manages to live, and then they go into the woods to help him, but the other dude's like, he's not right for you, I'm right for you. And then she has to girl boss her way to a rescue here. Not a bad premise, actually. I mean, kind of would have been better if it was two dudes fighting over a woman, but okay, maybe we could make this work. I don't know. So, first act, for some reason, she's still friends with this dude who secretly harbors feelings for her. And she feels compelled to introduce her boyfriend and get them together. And at first, they're great friends, and they're going around the woods and hunting and shooting. But then, they go in the woods hunting and shooting, and there's a terrible accident, or perhaps he causes it, or whatever. And the wolves get him, or injure him. He runs back hoping he'll die so he could have the girl all to himself. And maybe we see a little bit of that in the first act, or maybe right in the beginning of the second act. But, she's more concerned about her boyfriend. Oh, we got to go save him. So they go out in the woods, but he can't help himself and actually says the line, something like, he's not right for you. Like, why are we doing this? We can be together, kind of thing. And then it all comes into focus, and she realizes, you're a jerk, you left him to die. They get into a fight, she stabs him or something. So now this dude is left hunting both of them, I guess. And so she's got to save her boyfriend from the wolves, and then she's got to save both of them from the psycho, I guess. It's not a bad pitch, except, again, I would rather see two dudes going at it than, him and the woman, like, this whole, like, I don't know, incel thing, kind of thing. Like, yeah, you can make the love triangle work, but it feels very ham-fisted. It needed to be more nuanced than this, right? It needed to be something like, like maybe the setup is the dude who's in love with her almost married her, and they broke up for reasons that really weren't his fault. Like he went away to war, or maybe he fell into a coma or something, and she moved on with her life, but then he woke up, or then he came back from the war or whatever, and he was never quite the same. And at first he felt like he couldn't do anything about it, but then later he regretted it, and now she is on the verge of marrying this dude, and he's anxious to see him die. I mean, it's almost the same of what they got here, but I think they need a little more detail to sell that. But it is pretty classic, a love triangle kind of thing. Again, though, the woman versus the man, like, once he sort of crosses the Rubicon and says, he's not right for you, and she's like, stabs him and then goes off to find her boyfriend, it's like, well, now it's a different kind of movie. Now it's about him killing both of them. Whereas if it was two dudes, it would be like, he goes out into the woods with the woman for whatever reason, and he leaves her behind because she rejects him. And then when he gets back to the cabin, and the husband's like, where's my wife? He's like, oh, there was an accident and I couldn't save her. And he's like, F you, I'm going to go save her. And then they're both fighting. And it's kind of like, who could get to her first? I don't know. I guess I could see this working. It doesn't sell as easily to me to have the woman versus the man. But, it was shot in Canada. Would I see it? Maybe. It looks okay. The music's fine. The performances seem solid. It seems like a low budget thing, but I don't know. I think I'd see it in streaming. More of a streamer. Oh, here we go. A remote cabin deep in the wilderness. A weekend of hunting turns to mayhem and a fight for survival when a pack of wolves attack a man and his female best friend and her fiancé. It's not quite how it rolls out, but you want it in one sentence, so it's close enough. So, yeah, maybe on streaming. Out come the wolves. Not the worst premise. I mean, the execution could be good. I don't mean to undersell it. It is Shudder. They tend to be better than most. They're more of a horror franchise kind of deal, but this is sort of horror. I mean, the wolves they're not supernatural, but they're kind of like right on the edge there. They kind of evoke those imageries, werewolves and stuff. And I don't know. It is about hunting. You know how I feel about hunting. Anyhow, that is it for me. Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on the other networks that I can't say on YouTube for some reason. The green one and the orange one. So far, I've yet to get back on the black platform because I have to accumulate magic internet points in order to do that for some reason. So I'm secretly watching it in the background in another window in order to gain some points. So I'll be back on that platform probably tomorrow, maybe. Speaking of tomorrow, I'll be at Preferred Care in Absecon, New Jersey at 2 p.m. for How to Hunt the Jersey Devil. And then on Thursday, where am I going? Oh, I'm going to the Franklin Township Senior Center at 12:30 for a lunchtime How to Hunt the Jersey Devil. Hope to see you there. We'll see you